We're going to talk about the Over the River Air Show. It's HAPO Over the River Air Show, which is a part of Water Follies, part of the Gold Cup. I mean, every year this is such a spectacular event, and a lot of people I know openly say, I don't care about the boat races, I care about the air show. So, and there are some people who like both of them, but obviously the air show has quite a contingent of people that are very interested.
Well, it's very cool. The whole thing is just an absolute blast. My personal favorite, the air show and the vintage boats.
Ah, the vintage boats,
the old schools, but I like them all.
Yeah, I do. It's all loud. And the cool thing about this air show, which is quite unique, is that all the planes are flying over the river, and it's a spectacular show.
Right over the treetops. I love that.
Yeah, right over the bridges. All right, with me today is Matt Bishop, and we're waiting for another Matt to join us, and when he does, we'll put him in our conversation as well. Matt Bishop is working on what? Public relations or publicity for the air show? Is that your job?
Yes, I am the Media and Public Relations Director.
Ah, all right. So what is cool about this air show this year? There's always something extra special in the air show. What would you deem as that?
Actually, there are two.
Two?
There are two. The Patriot Jet Team is coming this year with their L-39 aircrafts, and we also have a female aviator named Anna Serbanenko, which she does what's called sky dancing.
Oh, okay. So
that's where they like hang on the propeller motionless and do all sorts of stuff that would make you and I get sick.
Oh.
Actually, no, not this one. This one, she calls it sky dancing. Basically, it's like a ballet in the air. It's all accommodated with classical music.
Oh my gosh, that's great. So how do we get the classical music? How do we listen while we see?
I think that the only place really to listen to the music is actually going to be in the park.
Yeah, they've got the speaker system
perfect.
all up and down the Columbia River, the speakers.
Oh, all right.
And you'll be able to hear it there.
Oh, that's really nice. Okay, let's go back to the Patriots jet demonstration team. What is this?
Well, the Patriot Jet Team, and actually, you know what? I will cheat and read from the book.
Okay.
It's easier to do it that way.
Yeah.
Basically, they're black paint with red, white, and blue, smoke trailing behind. 6 L-39 aircrafts is the signature for the Patriots Jet Team. Founder and owner Randy Howell assembled 6 very talented pilots at the beginning of the 21st century who were formerly enlisted in the U.S. Air Force and Navy. Now civilians, this crew of pilots currently makes up the largest acrobatic jet team in the world. Together they have logged over 105,000 hours of flight time and have participated in more than 1,500 air shows. Undoubtedly, you will witness the tail slide maneuver that no other civilian jet team exhibits. The Patriots Jet Team aims to awe-inspire and share their passion for flight.
Well, you're a good
And they've got former members of the Air Force Thunderbirds, the Blue Angels, and the Royal Canadian Air Force Snowbirds. So these guys know a thing or two about close proximity and stunt flying.
So this is all going to be 6 planes. They're going to be flying over the Columbia River, and they'll be doing various acrobatic demonstrations.
Correct.
Oh boy. Okay. I love that. That's going to be great. Did they make a lot of noise? Because you know what I really love were the F-16s. Man alive. I love that.
Well, we do have an F-16 coming this year also.
Woo! Okay, good.
So, yes, they do make a lot of noise. It's a jet.
It's the, I don't know, I think about it as the sound of freedom, actually.
Well, he has to be careful because if he gets above, I believe it's 660 miles an hour, if he came zipping down the Columbia at, over Mach, you would see every window in every house exploding after he went by, so they have to be careful.
All right, so we've got an F-16, we've got this acrobatic team of 6, the Patriots, we've got the female pilot. She's doing, what did you call it?
Sky dancer.
Sky dancing, and there's something about ballet in there. Okay, what else we got?
We also have the Lucas Oil Air Show coming this year. It's Michael Wiskus who does basically the death-defying acts, corkscrews, dive bombing, all that stuff, and he's truly an amazing sight. I've been watching a lot of his his work, and
Videos?
It's, yeah.
Yeah.
You can go to YouTube, put in Lucas Oil
Oh.
Air Show. It's amazing.
Nice. Don't play it now, though. Okay. All right. Wow, this is going to be great. I mean, it always is. Do you happen to know, is there a lineup of when these acts are time-wise so that people could maybe go to a website and see that? Is there, are they have specific times?
The show starts every day, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday at 11:30.
Friday, Saturday, Sunday, 11:30. All right. And from most areas in the Tri-Cities, we'll hear them. That's another.
yeah.
That's another way that we know it's time
Especially
for the air show.
On the vintage boats.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. You're really into. I think you should go drive one. I think you
Oh.
should go ride in one.
Oh, well, those things are great, loud, I love it. And I remember a few years ago when they had the Blue Blaster, the Atlas, and the Budweiser and Hanauer, and some of the guys were
Oh,
there.
yeah.
And they were supposed to just be cruising up and down the river, and I have a hunch that they kind of said, they probably looked over at each other and kind of waved, and those guys started racing. I mean, they were flying it, they were duking it out in these vintage boats, and they were just, hauling up and down the river, and the crowd was going crazy.
All right. Hey, we have another. I want you to move up closer. This is Matt Binky. He's also one of the folks that are out talking, getting a lot of interest riled up in the Tri-Cities for people to be involved in the air show. We've been talking about the Patriots jet demonstration team. We've talked about the F-16. How is it that we had trouble with that in the past? There just weren't enough funds to let some of the planes out for demonstration for air shows. What happened?
Well, first off, hi, thanks for having me.
Hi.
Appreciate you coming. Sorry I'm late.
That's all right.
Part of the deal is this is the 50th anniversary. So a lot of the APO, a lot of our great sponsors, which we got to thank them for coming on board, and the community effort that's coming on board as well, is helping us out to get the additional funds to bring in these bigger teams for such a great event. It's the Gold Cup. It's the Super Bowl of the hydro circuit, so we want to make sure we put the Tri-Cities out there in the best foot we possibly can, roll out the red carpet, so when these teams come out there and see us, everybody's going to come out there and get that passion, that energy that we love about our area.
Mm-hmm. A lot of times for air shows, obviously, people go to an airport, they're able to walk around. In our situation here, we don't have an airport component, but will people get to meet any of the pilots, or is anything going on in the park or anything?
I'll hand that over to my media guy here.
Actually, yes. Wednesday night, next week, the U.S. Air Force will be coming out to the mall from 4 to 6.
Oh, to the mall, okay.
Yeah, we will be out at the mall. It'll be just the U.S. Air Force for Wednesday night. But Thursday night, we will have most of the performers at the Hapo Live at 5, which is at John Dan Plaza. We will be there from 6 to 8. There you can actually get to meet the crews, and the Air Force will actually be doing a big demonstration there also. Also on
In the air?
no, actually, I'll be there at the park.
At the
Yeah,
park, all right.
I guess I should say that.
Yeah, okay.
A little tough to land the F-16.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Yeah, and then on
Overhead, though.
That
on
would be great.
Yeah.
On Friday, we will be doing a autograph session at the main stage, the band shell there at Columbia Park, and we'll also be walking around on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday.
Oh, that's great. That's nice. What I had talked to Kathy Powell once about the difficulty with the air show, because the box, the river, the flight area is so narrow, it's so small. So does that create problems for you getting certain acts, or?
Yes, it does.
Yeah.
A lot of the teams, like the Blue Angels, for example, or the Thunderbirds, can't fly in a certain restricted area like we have. And some of the teams don't want to fly over water. So that's the first two steps that you never think about when you're going to conventions or try to recruit these teams to come out here. First questions they ask, is it at an airport? And I say no. Is it over water? Okay, no, we can't do that. And so they are hesitant on those two. So we work with the FAA to make sure that box is contingent on the security and safety of the pedestrians, everybody who are watching, as well as the pilots and the performers on board. So we want to make sure it's as safe as possible we can. But a lot of these pilots now with the technology, and we're bringing in the Patriot jet team who actually have a jet, but it's not as fast as like the F-16 or the F-22s or these newer ones coming out. So it can fly as high but not as fast, but it's still a jet. And you get them going in the same kind of scenario in the demo that they're looking at. The ceiling height, they raise it, so they adjusted some of their acts to ensure that they can fit within the box and increase the safety of people watching as well.
Yeah, that's interesting. We better take a break here, John, but we want to come back because we've got two Matts talking with us about the HAPO Over the River Air Show. Stay with us. I have with me in the studio Matt Bishop and Matt Binke. They are working as volunteers, basically, I assume, guys, for the Waterfallies Association on the air show, trying to pump up as much publicity as possible. Hey, I want to know, where is the F-16 coming from?
It's coming out of Shaw Air Force Base in South Carolina.
That is a long way to come. How did you work that out?
We worked it out because we talked to the Air Combat Command, who actually runs these demo teams throughout the year and throughout the United States. And they happen to be fit into a schedule on the West Coast, going to Portland and then Seattle right after us, to where we could fit our hydroplane show within that air show on their schedule.
So are they, F-16, are they performing at Seafair also?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, what a great way to piggyback that, isn't it?
It's great. And Portland ahead of us, so they're basically just driving over, doing our show, and then they're going to be driving up north, so it's great.
Oh, that works out well. You know, and what is great about the air show is that essentially people are buying tickets to get into the park and hang out for Waterfallies and the boat races, and the air show's like this little extra bargain, isn't it? A little extra. I mean, it's a lot extra.
Big extra.
But
We
big.
try to make this one the big extra.
Yeah.
Especially for the 50th and the Gold Cup and everything coming up with all the different festivities. Plus, it's a good time. The more we understand about the hydro boats owners and them, they need a break as well. Especially
Yeah.
at the early morning heats, things going on. Those things are going at such high speeds that they need time out to tweak them, to tune them up, to get them ready for the second heats in the afternoon.
Are there going to be any demonstrations on the water? I mean, I love the Coast Guard stuff where they show and demonstrate how they can pick people up out of basically the ocean, but it's the river. Are you going to do that this year?
The only one we're really doing with the water is the intro with the sky jumpers. We have a team coming from Lucas Oil, maybe jumping into the water in that Pasco site. So we're working a deal now with the people that you normally have a landing zone in their backyard along that river. That we're going to have a couple that will land there and possibly one that will go into the water there. We'll pick them up on that side.
Now that would be
Oh,
cool. Hey, you
that'll
want
be
the skydivers to
awesome.
land in your backyard? I'd be saying, go ahead, I'll paint the grass. Here's your target.
Oh,
Exactly.
yeah, great. Well, what other acts are going to be coming up that we haven't talked about? I want to make sure that we cover all the bases.
Well,
Have
we covered them all, but I think the one that we didn't discuss too much was Anna Benenko. It's very unusual to have a female aviator in the air show, and I think what's really gonna kind of pick up is those little girls who are looking up at the sky and they see see her as a role model. I think that is probably one of the greatest things about the air show this year is that it really encompasses the good old boys with the F-16 and the Patriot jet team. You get that the crazy people who love watching the aerobatics. But then this year we have that for that little girl, for that teenage girl who's looking up for a role model. We have that, and I think that's really set our air show apart from others.
That's a nice get. Tell me when people will be able to meet her. Tell me again. Remind me.
The first time you'll be able to meet her will be at Thursday at the HAPO Live at 5, John
Okay.
Dam Plaza.
Okay, good. All right, there are lots of great events coming up associated with this, and the best information is waterfollies.com. Is that correct?
Correct.
Waterfollies.com to figure all that out. Gentlemen, Matt and Matt, thank you so much for joining us today. We've learned a lot about the HAPO Over the River Air Show this year.
Thanks for having us.
Thanks.
We're back in a moment. Stick around.